Good morning, it's good to see you. Perhaps for the last time I'm taking a stroll along Palolem beach and witnessing the net pull of the morning. It's a lovely scene, a little bit overcast, but the fishing boats are out or just coming in, and the villagers have sorted through this net, it seems. And oh look, there's a lot of fish there. They do this every morning. I was told a chap was walking down the beach the other day and he saw 3 of them being pulled, and it's just astounding to me that so many fish can be pulled each morning. These fish are immediately taken by the locals in little baskets up to the markets or the side of the road to sell. I'm going to miss it, really. I said it before that Palolem's been somewhat of a revelation for me. I wasn't quite expecting it to have so much soul, I guess, and I've become quite attached to it in a short time. Great day today, meeting a man who I think is one of the more interesting characters that I've met on this 3-month trip to India. I think you remember him. Some of you may recall a gentleman that I had the very good fortune of bumping into at a chai shop in Patnam. His name is Toto, and this man's been good enough to give us a little bit more of his time at his house, no less. Toto, so good to see you again.
It's lovely seeing you.
Toto, this is your place? You live here?
Yes, I do. I bought it in 2009. It was a dump, and I've spent a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and I dare say money in doing it up.
You live there by yourself?
Yes, I do live here by myself. A lot of people think I'm looking to turn it into a guest house or an Airbnb, which I am certainly not. It is an open home for folks who want to stay, for friends and couch surfers, because I'm an avid couch surfing person. I traveled around the world couch surfing, and it's my turn to give back. And yes, I am looking for a lodger, and that's probably why in Cancun there's this reputation that that I'm looking for to turn it into a guest house, which I most certainly am not.
Toto, many people have been very interested in knowing more about your life, and you've explained some of your beginnings to me in the past. Would you mind recounting your time as a child growing up here in India?
Well, I grew up in a very westernized household, as I mentioned during the first interview. It was westernized in terms of the language at home was English. The diet was a mix of Indian and Western food. One learned how to eat with one's fork and knife at a very, very young age. So just little things like that. A lot of the intellectual inputs came in at a very young age. My father was an avid Bertrand Russell and Krishnamurti and Aldous Huxley fan. And
when did you start reading these great thinkers' writings?
Well, the first time I read Huxley was when I was about 9.5. Bertrand Russell came into my life when I was about 10 years old, and Krishnamurti came into my life around the same time.
Wow. That's so young. That's heavy reading for a young child.
Well, when I told my father that I don't understand it, he said just imbibe it, and over time you will read, and these are books to be read and reread.
Yes.
And it will, each time you read it, it will have a different meaning for you.
Your father was very aware then to set you on the right path of being an educated child from a very young age. Your father was educated as well?
Oh yes, certainly. I mean, he was in the Indian Army, and he left the army telling me that it was basically legalized mass murder, and that he said he naively joined the army.
Would you say that it was a pleasant childhood? It was a very sort of stable home?
It was. I got a lot of love.
Yeah.
Home has been a place of a lot of hugs, a lot of affection that is shown. And I was an only child. My father was divorced thrice and married 4 times, and I was very fortunate.
Sorry, can I that math? I'm not very good at math, but he was divorced twice and
No,
married 4 times.
Divorced 3 times.
Ah, sorry.
And married 4 times. And the 4th one was when I was much older. I was well past 25. You know, so the 4th one doesn't quite count. But I was very fortunate with my mothers in that they all loved me. And I was actually sent to boarding school. Most people are sent to boarding school. He comes from a broken home, he's messed up, send him off to boarding school.
Right.
In my case, it was actually quite interesting. I was the only kid around, and I got sent to boarding school because I was being spoiled. And he was like, you know, we can't have that. He's got to learn to live with other children and learn that he's not the only person in the world.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I got sent to this very alternative boarding school where soul talk, if you will, was far more important than academics.
Yes.
That I did well academically is fortuitous.
You did succeed. You did very, very well academically.
Well, the academic structure in Blue Mountain School, the small school I went to in Ooty, was not based on examinations but rather knowledge. And it was self-study. The teachers just hung around. You know, they did teach, you were given unit papers and you did the unit papers and you could choose when you wanted to study and what you wanted to study. You could choose which year you wanted to graduate.
Yes.
So, since the effort was on knowledge, in grade 10, which is in India, you have a system of 10 plus 2 and then university. So you study till grade 10, then you specialize for 2 years, which is pre-university, and then you go to university for 3 years or 4 years, depending on what you study.
I see.
Oops, it's going to rain.
It does appear so, yeah.
Should we go home?
We probably should, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Hey.
No, it's all right. No. They won't bother.
We had a brief look at Toto's place from the outside. He's good enough to give us a bit of a tour of his humble abode. You live here by yourself. This is the main entry hall.
Yes, this is basically the place where, you know, if someone just pops in for a cup of tea, you know, this is where, you know, we hang out. I have my TV over there. I don't have Netflix because I have an addictive nature. So
I see.
Intentional.
That's a trap.
This is absolutely. This is this is work in progress. This is going to become my study. This is where I do all my reading. This is basically the den. And this is where, even if a woman comes into my life, I would like her to knock before me. This is my space.
That's your private space.
This is my space. This is my... I have 2 sanctum sanctorums. That's one. This is the dining area. This is the room that I want to give out to a lodger, but I'm going to be very finicky about who comes in because this is my home.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a hotel. There's a rather large attached loo in here.
Oh, it's quite big.
So yes. So this is what I basically want to do, and I'd like the lodger to embrace the home. And this is my second sanctum sanctorum because I love cooking, and this.
You love cooking, yeah.
So that's why it's, you know, so large, and it's got pretty much everything you need. You know, the microwaves and you know, and the ovens and so on.
Do you have a specialty? What's your forte, Toto?
I don't have a forte. You know, I think I've cooked so much that I just go along with the flow.
Sure.
You know, when you start out, you're following recipes, but you know, once you've been cooking so much, you just throw in.
Becomes
quantity.
play.
Yeah. So this is my space. You know, this is the first floor. That goes up to a terrace where I'm going to have a bar and a chill out zone for friends. This is essentially the living room for you know, guys who are staying over. We sit down over here, have a couple of drinks, and you know, that sort of thing. There's my ancient TV. This is the room that I give out to couch surfers. And if you don't know what couch surfing is, you know, the internet, you know, your Google is as good as mine. You know, that'll explain it to you. This is the room that I generally give out, you know, to friends and family when they come over visiting. So that's where they stay. And well, my bedroom, the bed is unmade because I woke up only half an hour before. So warning on that one.
Yeah.
So this is my bedroom. It's the largest, and the reason why I took this one for myself is because of the view. I mean, and the moon comes directly into the room, so So that's why I took the one at this end.
Are you happy in life, Toto?
Yes, I am. I think happiness is more a state of mind. I know I quoted Buddha in the last section that we had. Look, I'm no Buddha.
Yeah.
I'm just a normal bloke who just happens to have led a life that is slightly different from the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
I was mainstream for the longest time, but even when I was mainstream, I was alternate within the mainstream.
Is the door still open for love, Toto?
Never say never.
No, sure.
But it's going to be a hard call because I've been through a rather vicious divorce. So there is an element of, trust issues within myself. And I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, like without judgmental. I mean, that's where one comes from.
Do you connect with your community here? Because you are such an...
I am a loner by choice, but when I'm with someone, I suffer from verbal diarrhea. So you're allowed to tell me to shut up. When I'm comfortable with someone. So in essence, I'm a loner. I do have about 4 or 5. See, when you live in a place like this, which is such a touristy place, you tend to misuse the term friend. You call acquaintances or people you've just met as, oh, I know him or her, and, there is a friend. You've probably met the person twice. Yeah. Do I get lonely? Sure. I mean, like I'm like any other, human. There are things that irritate me. There are things that give me joy. I get horny and I have nowhere to go with it. Mm-hmm. I'm just a normal bloke. But then I sit back and I look at the 90% of the time that I have, to myself to sit, think, contemplate, look at the world. And I have chosen a life of sitting in the audience rather than being in the clown of the circus of humanity. Because when you're one of the lot in the circus, then you're participating in the circus. When you're out of it, then you look at it for what it is and you have a broader view of what it is. And that, I think, in many ways enables a certain amount of pain because of the state of the world. But on the other hand, it also enables a great deal of clarity. And it reassures me in some ways, not that I actually need reassurance, but nevertheless, it does, just calm me down from the pain of all the violence that's going on to a state where I took the right decision. I mean, I opted out.
You had a period in Australia, and I'm fascinated by this period. So after you went to boarding school, you then joined the business community.
Well, from Blue Mountains, which was a small school, I went to Rishi Valley, the largest school. And then I did very well. I had a national rank and I joined St. Stephen's College, which is, in my time, it was India's Oxbridge in one. And then I worked for about 7-8 years. And then I went to Australia to do my master's in mass communication and writing. I went to Victoria University in Melbourne. And I just had the best time. I imbibed the Aussie. You could be a multi-millionaire or you could be come from nobility and you were just, you're just a mate or, and the directness of it. And there was a certain culture shock. So for instance, when I moved into student housing, it was the first time in my life I had to share a toilet. And I found that just absolutely absurd. And I was in a 5-bedroom house in North Melbourne. First I was at the student village and then that was just kids. So I moved into the shared, senior student accommodation, 5-bedroom house with 5 people, but there were only 2 loos and 3 of the people were girls. I had no problem with that. I mean, nudity has never bothered me, but the amount of hair, in the bathing area, and the fact that you had to share a toilet, which is such a personal space, was, I found, initially uncomfortable. Then you get used to it.
You told me you were earning really reasonable money at one point, and there was one story you told me about a woman who approached you on the street. And you weren't familiar with Australian slang at that time, I imagine.
The Australian slang story is basically I was on Alexandra Road, which is where the absolute, the chavs, the bogans, you hung out, poor people. And I was at this bar and this much older woman, with not particularly, fancy looking, and I'm going to get beaten up by feminists for this, walked up to me and literally collared me and, face to face and said, "Do you want a root?" And at that time, I knew shag, but I didn't know root. So I was lost. And one of the blokes was like, "Come on, Mike, you got it made. I mean, don't you want a root?" And I just looked at him blank, and he said, "Root? Don't you know what root means?" And I was like, "Well, I root for Essendon." And another bloke pipes up and says, "What, the whole bloody team?"
I have to thank you first because it was your desire to see more of Toto, and I've spent a great day with Toto. Toto, you've been so generous, you've been so welcoming and warm and patient.
Most welcome.
Thank you so much for spending some time with me.
Yeah, I'd just like to close by saying at the end of the day, these are like short discussions, even though, it may seem like 20 minutes, half an hour. You take lifetimes, together, and you still don't know the other person.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I think it's, each to themselves, and I'd like to wish your viewers, all happiness and all peace, and it's not always going to be smooth sailing, but in life, I don't think there are too many things that are right or wrong. I think there are only consequences, and, the moment one mans up to them, I think, you find your inner peace.
Thank you, Toto. Now that's a good man. I thought I'd introduce Toto to a place that I discovered yesterday that has a wonderful thali, but of course Toto's familiar with it. We're sitting down and having a meal together, and I thought, what better man to ask about what I'm about to eat. Toto, can you explain to me, this is a traditional thali?
This is a classic vegetarian thali that you're having, and nutritionists around the world say that Indian food, normal Indian diet, is one of the healthiest in the world, and this veg thali would explain that to you, because with the rice you have your carbs, you have your bread, which means you get your wheat in, you have your dal, which is lentil mush if I have to translate it, and that's your protein. This is your roughage and your protein, which is beans. This is a mixed vegetable, which is your roughage again. This is curd, so that the spices cool down and they cool your body. And this is kokum juice, which is from the kokum fruit, and that is a digestive, so just helps you ease everything off. And this is your treat, like your crisps, if you will, which is papad and what in the West you call papadam. And there's more roughage with a rather generous salad. So you see, you have your proteins, you have your carb, and all in little quantities that cover all your food needs in one shot. So thali is pretty much the most wholesome meal you can have. Whereas if you're just having a chicken curry and a bread, you're just having chicken and bread. You're not getting all your food meals. And if you actually have a thali in Kerala, they also give you a fruit, a banana, with the thali. It's a sadhya meal. So essentially, it's a very holistic, super healthy meal. Enjoy.
I'm really, really grateful that it contains all the components of a good diet. I'm just going to go for the taste. In typical fashion, having my thali, I noticed a few ladies sitting across the room, and they look rather interesting to me. You look like interesting people. Who are you?
I'm Preeti. I'm from Bombay.
From Bombay?
I'm Mehak. I'm from Delhi NCR.
How do you guys know each other?
We are school besties, like from play school to nursery. We've been
Oh,
studying
really?
together. Yeah.
That's a long time then. So,
That's a long time.
14 years? Or?
20 years,
20
actually.
years.
Really?
I think 21.
21.
21. And you finished studies now? Or?
Yes.
2018 is when we finished school together. And after that, college and then work. Right now we're working.
What are you doing?
I'm a video editor and a creative strategist.
Really? That's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's
When did you discover this urge to be a video editor, to be creative? You've always had it?
I think 5 years ago, like I was already into designing and graphics part of it. So I got into video designing around COVID time.
Oh, I see. That's a good time to do it. You have plenty of time to yourself.
yeah.
And your profession, madam?
I am a content in a copywriting.
Oh, really? So you're quite creative as well. In what branch or field is?
Actually, branding and marketing for
Oh.
startups and other companies. Yeah.
Well, you have Instagram accounts, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Go on, tell us what your Instagram account is. Go on, go and give these guys some love on their Instagram.
It's actually kind of private, but actually I would promote hers.
Oh, okay. What's your Instagram?
I have an Instagram called Preeti's POV, on which I post things from my perspective, edit things from my perspective. Yeah.
Can I ask girls, men, love these types of things? Do you have boyfriends? Do you plan to get married? Is married life with children on the horizon for you? Is that something you want?
It's something actually that my parents really want, but I'm not sure.
You're undecided?
Let's say I won't do it just for the sake of it.
Sure. It has to be a real connection, it has to be real love. And your parents' response to this type of approach to marriage?
Negative.
2026, we want you to get married. 2027, we want you to get married.
Yeah.
They are basic, typical Indian parents. If you know, you know.
Yeah. What's the dream, guys? What's the dream? What do you want? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I want to travel the whole fucking world.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. It's a
wanna
good
write
choice.
A book, like a best-selling publishing.
Fiction, non-fiction.
No, actually fiction. I really want to do non-fiction, but I'm not sure how much truth I can say actually in this country. So maybe fiction would be a greater way.
That might be a better option.
Yeah, talking about non-fiction, but then doing it through fiction. So,
Yeah, I like the style. How long in Palolem you were staying?
We're actually staying in Varka.
Oh, in Varka, yeah.
Yeah, we've just traveled through scooties here.
Just down for the day?
Yeah. We actually came for kayaking, and these guys told us that monsoon means no kayaking. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's disappointing. But like in the true spirit of travel, you'll find something just as enjoyable to do, and that's having what are you eating? Thali today, or is it a?
No, we are having a Chinese meal. It's
Oh, we didn't notice there was another one here, did we? Sorry, what was your name?
Muskan.
Muskan. I wasn't sure you wanted to appear Muskan, to be honest,
Yeah,
but I applaud your courage now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're having momos and
Yeah, these are veg momos, and this is noodle soup.
noodle soup.
Yeah.
Ah.
The weather is little, gloomy.
It's good winter
so
food.
we wanted to have something really hot and nice. Maybe you should take a bite and give us your review.
I've just eaten a huge thali, and I don't want to offend you, but I'm really so full, you know.
Have you ever tried momos?
Of course, yes. I've I have them regularly. I'm just Toto's throwing food at me as well. Everybody must think I'm malnourished or something, you know. But I'm quite full.
You want the papadam?
No, I don't. Yeah. Please eat it, Toto. Please eat it.
Just to give you an insight, we both are twins. Yeah.
You both had.
Twin sisters.
Twin sisters.
Ah, now I see it. Really?
Yeah.
Who was first?
Me.
You were first. Ah,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It actually, the doctor decided, because we've gone through operations, so doctor decided
Ah,
to
to tell you first.
So that is how she
Do you find yourselves competitive in life?
No, not really.
Not at all.
Not at all. We are opposites. Like in terms of everything, in terms of likings, in terms of preferences, in terms of how we see the world, we are like far opposites. Yeah.
That's good. That's a nice mix, huh? It'd be too boring if we were all the same. Ladies, you've been very, very so generous with your time today, having this strange old man come and sit at your table with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Get over to their Instagram. Sorry? What was that?
Definitely not a strange old man. Very interesting. Yeah, talk to you.
Gotta love the Indian girls, don't you? Get over to their Instagram account and give them some love, huh? Thanks.
Preeti's POV.
Huh?
It's Preeti's POV.
Okay. Preeti POV.
Yeah.
Nice. Morning. I noticed this boat that's just pulled in seems to have already sorted their fish and seemingly taken the skin off the fish as well. I could be wrong, but or is that just their normal colour? And after they've sorted their fish, they get the net for another reset, I guess. Good morning, sir. How are you? Oh, he's going to the water. Put my shoes on. That was a big wave. I think it's fooled everyone. So this may well be my last video from India as I make my way back to Australia for a week. I've had a really good trip. 3 months have gone very, very fast, and I've discovered parts of India and the parts of the society and culture that I hadn't discovered before. It's been really interesting. Met some wonderful expats, met some wonderful travellers. I'm really quite excited about coming back and starting at the top of goer and systematically working my way back down to the coast to finish here again in Palolem. Toto today and I have agreed that we're going to run a food series when I come back to Palolem, with Toto being the kind of man he is and having an understanding of many things. He's the perfect companion, I feel, to join me on a Goan food tour. So I'm looking forward to those videos and looking forward to seeing Toto again. Thanks to Toto again for appearing on the videos. Really generous of you, Toto. And thanks to everyone that I've met down here and along the way. I've had people give me rooms in Palolem. To you guys up there, thanks so much. I've had people just give up their time to have a chat. And you know, it's not always convenient to talk to some foreign guy with a camera. So many people have been very, very generous. You know, thanks to you as well, because without you, this doesn't happen at all. So, yeah, I'd like to offer my thanks to you as well. That's just about it for this one, and just about it for India, really, until we get back, of course. As always, I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. We'll see you soon.